What's up, everybody? We're back here at the Pro-Forma playbook. Right here, if you're watching on LinkedIn, there's a good opportunity, good chance that you're watching us on LinkedIn. Subscribe to the newsletter. If you're a founder, guess what? We got a pitch competition coming up, $50,000 of my own hard-earned cash. That's a lie. Nope, I ain't writing that check. But Eagle Venture is, and Pro-Forma. So let's go. Thank you very much, guys. It's going to be a great pitch competition. If this is your first or second or third time, you're in the right spot. So Pro-Forma can help you immensely. They are a business planning platform designed to empower entrepreneurs by providing tools and resources to refine your vision, validate assumptions, and build investor-ready plans. They also offer financial models, valuation analysis, and investor term sheet creation, and a bunch of other fun stuff that everybody hates doing. But guess what? If you want to raise money and grow your business in today's economy, you got to have it, and you got to have it all, and it better be good. So Pro-Forma is going to help make all that stuff a whole lot easier for you. And who doesn't like saving time and money? That's what I'm talking about. So my name is Matt Kretzman. I'm your host, founder of Stormbreaker Digital. If you're looking to grow online in the areas of brand, content, or traffic, I'm your guy. Send me a DM, follow me on LinkedIn. I like to have fun on this platform. That's what life is all about. If it's not fun, you shouldn't do it. That's my philosophy. Also the founder of LeadStorm AI, which is a full suite of sales and marketing automation tools. This is the commercial side of it, okay? You got to get through the commercial before you get to the show, all right? That's just, it is the way it is. So just hang on. I'm almost done. LeadStorm AI, and then also the author of the LinkedIn Advantage, 194 pages of LinkedIn Gold. I'm not going to show you anything in here because you got to pay for this, man. This is like gold. Actually, you don't. You can get it for free if you send me the DM and say Advantage. I'll send you out a copy because it's coming up to Christmas and I'm feeling festive, you know? So why not? We are joined with Jamie Smith all the way down in Katy, Texas. Shout out to Texas representation today. And Jamie won the last competition. So, you know, he's rolling in dough because that was no, I'm just kidding. But cool, Jamie, thanks for taking the time, man. I love having this. I'm looking forward to this conversation. And how's the weather down there in Katy?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Still warm. So November, you think we get fall, but here in Texas, we live here for the winters. We don't live here for the summers, and so we only really have 3 seasons, and we just skip one of them, and that's winter. So
you know, some parts of the world they make igloos, and down in Katy they stack pumpkins.
Yes, pumpkins and rice. That's what we do.
Exactly. Yep. The pumpkin snowman. Listen, I'm pumped, man. Hey, listen, for you to win that competition, Driven Telematics has got to be legit. So I want to hear the story. What is Driven Telematics? What's the genesis of that? And just give me all the goods.
Yeah, so I've been an insurance agent for over 15 years. Really started off in commercial insurance, and probably about 6 or 7 years ago, we started getting into internet leads and really helping out with the personal line side. So your own individual auto insurance, homeowners, that kind of stuff. And at that time, the carriers really started getting into this technology called telematics. You probably experienced it. Where they would mail you this dongle and you put it in your vehicle and then it would record you and everything like that. So that's telematics.
Yes.
It's really changed over the years because it's almost exclusively on the phones now. So they're inviting you to download the app, and every single carrier has their own program. And but what we noticed as insurance agents is obviously this is the future. This is the future of auto insurance. It's a huge industry, but we really didn't see a place that local insurance agents could participate. Because we're putting them into programs for carriers. And the challenge with that really became, the data stayed with the carriers. We really didn't have an opportunity to have visibility into the performance of the drivers. And then more importantly, we couldn't take that data anywhere else. And so we came up with the idea of Driven. And what we wanted to do is kind of like Prometheus. We want to take the power of telematics and give it to the common person. And so we took telematics and we're in the process of handing it to every single insurance agency across the country so that they can invite their clients, whether it's a company that has a fleet or individuals, so that they can come and establish their own telematics driving behavior score that we're calling My Driving Score, which is very similar to like a credit score. And then you can shop it with all the carriers at one time so that you can actually unlock their best pricing based upon merit. and your own behaviors rather than a bunch of factors that really doesn't pertain to them. So
amazing. Yes.
yeah.
See why you won. Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I gotta say, like, I might sound dumb, but I didn't even telematics. I'm like, I don't even know what telematics is.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just,
A lot of people don't. Obviously, it's a vernacular that's very specific to insurance. But everybody, once you explain what it is, they're all like, oh yeah, it's where they track me, right? And so what's really cool also that's extremely important to us is that consumers are at the genesis, or basically the center of everything that we're doing. And so our value proposition to them is not only is it free that you can establish a driving score, but they're not tracked. And so their location is never shared with anybody, not the carrier, not the agency. And so I know a lot of people have concerns about, man, Big Brother can watch me and everything like that. And just like you have a credit score, and when you share your credit score and somebody gets your credit score, they don't know what you're buying. They just know the behaviors around how you're paying, how much debt do you have, are you making payments on time? Those are the behaviors centered around what you're doing, not what you're doing specifically. And we're the same type of concept. We're not letting people know, where you're going or anything like that. So protecting the consumer and then giving them options so that they can save money on insurance.
That's good. Yeah. I don't need people knowing where I'm going 24/7.
But I want them to know anyways. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just hope that this driving score doesn't turn into the credit score, because I got to tell you, man, I hate credit scores.
Yeah. Well, why do you hate credit scores?
I feel like there's like it's like the communication between me and the credit bureau is they're on another planet. Like to actually pick up the phone and call them and then work through, you got to jump through so many different hoops in my experience. And there's probably a SaaS solution for this. Somebody's going to DM me or send me an email, to actually like improve my score. You know what I'm saying? And it takes too long to do it. It takes too long. That's my beef with credit score.
You basically just explained Credit Karma. So there are companies out there that are trying to help consumers understand what makes up their credit score, right? And so transparency is obviously very important in this process, especially if people are willfully deciding that they want to be a part of the process so that they can be established. And that's what we're about as well. So we want to make sure, I agree with you, it stinks when you don't actually know the game that you're playing, but if you can understand the game and exactly what these carriers are looking for in terms of safety, people don't really know. And so we want to create education and on-ramps for them to understand that so that they can actually impact the amount that they're paying for insurance. So
I think yours is much more simple, because it's as simple as, correct me if I'm wrong, just be a good driver. Just be a good driver and you'll have a good score, and your score will go up. Am I right?
Yeah, for sure. And what's funny is when I have conversations with people about this, they're typically like, oh, I'm a terrible driver. I don't want them to know how bad a driver I am. And so just like with credit score, there is no perfect score, right? And so let's just concede there are no perfect drivers, right? There are absolutely no perfect drivers. It does not matter, because the truth is you're one person out there and there's 1,000 others, and you have to react to them, and that's why there's defensive driving and everything like that. So carriers completely understand that, but you want to demonstrate that there are activities that you can do, including not accelerating as fast, paying attention and not having to do a hard brake, actually going the speed limit from time to time is probably helpful. For sure. Probably.
Yeah, that's funny. I don't know. I mean, there are no perfect drivers, but I'm pretty close, man. I'm just gonna say I'm a really
good. Yeah.
I'm pretty good.
So is my wife.
Well, naturally, so is mine, because she's listening to this. So hey, what's up? Hey, babe. No, that's really cool. So what's the and I will say this, I've had some experience with this, because I switched from, I don't know who I was using before, maybe it was Allstate, I don't even remember. And then I got a Tesla, and I checked out Tesla insurance, and it was significant. They cut my insurance almost in half, because it's daily driving, monthly updates. And so it's easy to kind of play that game, no problem. And I still actually drive pretty pretty good, actually. I was going to say reckless, but no, I drive really good. So
but that's a perfect example because the Teslas are using telematics to understand what the risk is, and they are giving you a price accordingly based upon driver behavior habits. And so that is a perfect example of what we're trying to do. We're just trying to make sure that it's not agnostic to just Teslas or just specific carriers. We're trying to basically deregulate the whole idea of telematics so that everybody can benefit.
DeFi telematics.
Yeah, there you go.
Some coming out with the crypto,
Oh yeah, we're gonna put it on the blockchain. No, we're not.
It's on the blockchain, Hey, if it ain't on the blockchain, it ain't innovative, man. It's not even relevant anymore.
That's right. We'll have our own coin.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. What's the revenue model for you guys? Subscription or?
Yeah, so it's free to consumers. It's free to the insurance agencies as well. For employers that are part of the process, they would pay a monthly subscription, probably around $2 per driver per month. What's great about the commercial application that we're creating as well is that we have a safety program and coaching that helps the drivers get safer, so that they can save, reduce the number of claims, make sure that a lot of their employees aren't going under workers' compensation because they're getting injured on the job. And then the carriers, when they are taking a look into the data, they're also paying us for the data as well. So we make sure as well that the consumer is actually authorizing any data share. So they have full control of that, can revoke access at any time. And so that's our model. Carriers and then also the employers as well, but free to the end consumer and free to insurance agencies so that they can get them on board.
Yep. That's great. I love it. I love the vision. I think it's awesome. What stage are you guys at?
Yeah, so we're seed right now. We had a pilot with a national carrier last year that actually just ended in the last couple of months. They're going to re-up for another pilot, which is great. And then we're releasing and been deving for a commercial application that's going to launch Q1, probably J1 of 2025.
Sweet.
Yeah, very cool. So we're hard at work at that.
Yeah, good. What was the experience like during the pitch competition last time? And how many competitions have you done? Or
that was my first one.
You're 1 for 1. You're batting 1,000.
I know. You know what? It was great. Let me tell you the things I really liked about it. One was the Pro-Forma tool. If you're raising capital, and I've been a bootstrapper my whole entire life. So I had 3 or 4 exits in the last 3 years, and just serial entrepreneur. A question you're always going to get when you're raising capital is, once you establish a valuation, which somebody will say, they'll say, how did you come up with that valuation?
Exactly.
And if you're not prepared for it, or this is your first time, you're going to fumble through it. And you're going to say, well, these companies are worth this billions of dollars, and you're just fumbling around. And so what's really cool about the tool is it takes in consideration a lot of different factors, experience in the industry, which, hey, I've been doing this for over 15 years. What's your model? How does that actually work? What's the leadership group look like? How far are you in the product? What does the product actually look like? What's the potential of the market share that you can actually get? How big is the market cap? All those different factors are taken into consideration, especially when you're talking about recurring revenue or ARR or something along those lines. And so it takes all that, and they built a phenomenal product that actually gives you a report back, and it gives justification for what it believes that your valuation should be as a company. And so I was really excited about that piece, first off, and it was free. And I was like, man, I want that. I want to give it a shot. And then from there, the pitch was a lot of fun. So a lot of it is, filling out a form, explaining everything that you're trying to build, trying to capture it the best way possible. And then we got selected to be one of the top 10. And so once you were the top 10, you actually videoed yourself doing, I think it was a 7-minute pitch. Or maybe it was 5 minutes. And the first 3 times it was like 15 minutes. And I'm like, that's not going to work. And then I had to work my way down. But that practice and messaging is extremely helpful as well, right? And so to get a pitch down into a very long elevator, I always say that's my long elevator speech, was a great experience. I mean, I know there's only one winner, but really there's multiple winners, because if you're getting top 10, you're also getting visibility with the judges. And the judges are comprised of angel investors. They're comprised of individuals that might be in the same industry as you and can open up doors for you. And so for $0 to be able to apply and get visibility, get the experience and get the tool was a no-brainer, and I wanted to give it a shot. So that was how I came to the decision of it, and just like the value proposition was huge, and I was more than willing to do it.
I love it. I love it, man. Do you plan on doing any competition in the future?
I applied to a couple since then. I haven't heard back. A lot of them are already primed for 2025. They're a little bit larger.
Yep.
And I think that's probably more in line with where we are and where we're going to be, to be better positioned. Because as we're starting to move away from early stage to a little more seasoned, then, it looks a little bit different.
Yeah. Well, I almost feel like you should just, pull up don't pull a Michael Jordan, just go out at the top, man. Like, I won, I'm out. But for one for one, for the other founders that are about to pitch in this competition, what's some advice? Like, what would you say to them? What should they be thinking about?
Yeah. You know what? I would say, make sure you communicate effectively about what you're doing. And then also, when you're looking at a startup, I think most everybody would agree that first you have proof of concept, then you move to a minimum viable product. Some people try to go to monetization, but really it's product market fit. And so to show really to have a deep domain knowledge of what you're working on, and be prepared to answer hard questions, I would say is extremely valuable. Your messaging is extremely important, and to come from the founder is the most important part. We all have stories, and every single business that somebody is creating and every single founder that's out there, we're all problem solvers, right? So basically all of businesses is we are solving problems, and we believe that our solution has enough value that people are willing to exchange the value that we give in exchange for monetization. And so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind of what value are you bringing? How are you going to monetize that value? And make sure that you're actually solving real world problems. A lot of times we create solutions and we try to go find the problem. And so I'm guilty of this as well. And I think every entrepreneur is like, I have a great solution. And then you go searching for the problem that you're actually trying to solve. Be clear on what your problem is. Be clear how you're going to solve it, and then show how you're going to be successful in solving that and how you're going to get the customers and make the impact that you want. That's what I would say. So
good. Yep. So good. I'll give also like a little tip. I haven't really shared with anybody before, but I think would be a pretty good tip. Grab ChatGPT to help you prepare for your pitch. First, what I always tell people is you should record yourself telling your origin story. Have your origin story, the genesis of your idea, and then take the transcript for that recording and give it to ChatGPT. You can have a custom GPT, but then push the voice icon there in ChatGPT, and you can talk to ChatGPT and say, "Hey, I'm preparing for a pitch competition. Giving you my knowledge of who I am and what my product is. Rate my pitch and listen to it." Yep, and then you can just here's the pitch, and now give me feedback. And it'll give you a bunch of feedback.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, just to help with verbally communicating all of that. So.
Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, I didn't even know that it could do some type of ranking system or. That's fantastic. That's
absolutely
really cool. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So you have a scoring system built inside of yours. Every consultant or company that I talk to, it's that sequential order: origin story, genesis, and then talk about what's your methodology, and then take your methodology and say, put a scoring or rating system around my methodology and give me some proprietary language. And then you can take all of that and then say, now develop this into an assessment. And then you can take the assessment, break it down into a workflow CRM, and then go to LinkedInPowerScore.com, which is associated with the book, and go check, and it'll give you a score. And that thing is fully automated. So awesome. It's amazing. Yeah, AI can do all that stuff now.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
very cool.
Positioning. You've got great positioning in the market. You guys are going to grow. And I love that, man. If I didn't have Tesla insurance, I would sign up right now.
Hey, we're coming for you. We'll be around soon. So
yeah,
at worst, you give it a try, you establish a score, and then you see from there, right?
my wife drives a Mercedes. I'm going to get a ticket.
There you go. That's great.
There you go. Well, listen, thank you for the time, Jamie. I would encourage everybody, give him a follow, watch what he's building, build in public, and thank you for sharing your experience and all the stuff that you've gotten to thus far. I've already got some referrals I'm thinking through in my head, InsurTech and all that stuff that could be relevant for you, which I totally love. The pitch competition's around the corner. You got some insights and some tips from both of us today, and he's the winner, batting 1,000. So make sure you follow those insights. And if you're thinking about being a judge, and you're like, hey, I want to contribute and I want to get some deal flow, and I'd love people I want to give my opinion to people. Reach out to us, and we'll be sure to see if we can get you on the schedule for the next pitch competition. This was awesome, Jamie. What a real treat to chat with you today. Thank you, my man.
Yep. Can't wait to see what you guys are building. I'm actually a judge as well this year, so they invited me to be a judge, and I'm looking forward to see what everybody's building. So good luck with all of you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. On the behalf of the Pro-Forma Playbook, peace out, guys. I'll see you next time.